Hello, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Susan, and in today's video I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree products and making some Halloween decorations. Hit that subscribe button down below so you'll get to see what I have planned for all of these pieces. You're not going to want to miss it, so hit that subscribe button. These are going to be so much fun to do something with. But in today's video, we're going to be making a project with these. And I'll show you different ways that you can use these little packets. There's 8 in each one. We have little witch hats, and we have pumpkins, and these cute little ghosts. And I'm just going to show you some different techniques that you can use and ways that you can display them. So let's get started. So first we're going to start with these cute little witch hats. So we're just going to grab some scrapbook paper and some Mod Podge and then trim around the hats. And you don't have to be precise with this because we'll end up fixing it at the end. So now we're just going to coat our wood piece with Mod Podge and then add our scrapbook paper and then just press it down really good. Okay, so now we're just gonna burn the edges, and this is why you didn't have to be precise when cutting out your shape. So this works really, really well, but be super careful because of course this is paper, wood, and fire. So just be careful and then just go all around your piece, and then you can just knock off the little burnt edges. And now it fits perfectly. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a pencil and punch a hole through the paper so that we can hang them. And now I'm just going to add black paint and some brown paint. And I'm just dry brushing the black paint around the edges. Then I just mixed the brown and black paint together and just lightly brushed it over the hat. And I just kept adding paint where I thought it needed more, like around the edges. And then I took this black cording and just wrapped it around the hat and tied it off in the back. And then realized that I forgot to paint the back. So I just took my paint, mixed the two colors together, and quickly just painted the back so it looked finished from both sides. And then just added a layer of Mod Podge over the top. And just made sure to keep the hole accessible and like cleaned out the glue. And then next, I'm just going to be adding this black cording so that we can hang them. I like to tie a knot at the very bottom, then tie a knot at the top for 2 reasons. It gives it a more finished look and it helps them to hang straighter. And here's how they turned out. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this one a little bit different. I am going to be using the same black and brown paint, and I'm just going to be dry brushing the paint onto the wood piece. So first I just started out by adding the black, and I'm going to be using my favorite crazy bristled brush and just dry brushing some black onto the hat. Then I'm going to be using a smaller paintbrush and just adding more paint. And now I'm just going to add some brown paint to some of the empty spots, just kind of fill it in. And then I just darkened around the edges. Now I'm just adding my cording to make my loop. Added it around the hat, and here's how this one turned out. And for this one, I'm going to be using a lighter, and I just burned the wood, which smells amazing, by the way. And it looks cool just like that. But I went ahead and added some paint to it. I'm still using the black and the brown paint, kind of mixing it together and just dry brushing it over the whole piece. And then I just added water to my paintbrush and brushed that over the whole piece just to kind of blend the colors. And then took a paper towel and dried it off. And then decided to add a little bit of gray, so I just kind of mixed the gray in with my brown and black paint, and then just brush that across the top. And then just kept going until I liked how it looked. And then I just added my black cording. And I made 2 of these. Okay, so next I have these purple ball ornaments, and I'm just going to be using some orange paint, and I'm going to cover them completely. And I'm just using a paintbrush so that I can hold the ball while I paint it. And then let that dry. Okay, so now that the orange paint has dried, I just took the black and brown mixed together and added that over the orange paint. And then I used a little bit of hot glue and attached the tops back on because I had one fall on the floor and break as I was trying to tie the cording on. So I just added some hot glue so that they wouldn't come apart. And then I added my cording, tied my loop, and here's how it turned out. Okay, so here's the before, here's the after. And here's how I displayed them. I started off by draping this black Halloween gauze over the table. Next, I'm adding this mercury glass container, and I just draped some of the Halloween netting over the top of it. And then added these branches that we cut from our front yard. Okay, and then we're going to be adding all of our witch hats. And our painted ball ornaments. And then I decided to add some of this Spanish moss. I added some bats and these black mini pumpkins. And here's how it turned out. I love how it turned out. Dollar Tree witch hats and free sticks from the front yard. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for helping me grow my channel. Okay, so next we're gonna do a more whimsical version, and I'm gonna be using these pumpkins for this one. And we're gonna be using this really textured, shiny scrapbook paper. So we're just gonna cut out the shapes. And then I used this spray glue from Dollar Tree and just gave them all a good spray and added my paper. And this also came from Dollar Tree, and we're just gonna take this and cut some squares. And now we're just gonna pinch it down the center to make this cute little bow. Then I took this string and I wrapped it around a couple of times to hold it. It makes it easy when you're trying to tie it by yourself and you don't have anyone to hold it for you. Okay, so now we're just going to add them to our pumpkins. And now we're going to put it all together. Okay, so first I'm just going to add this white feather boa. And then I'm going to add this vintage olive jar that I thrifted. Add some branches. And these actually came from our front yard. And then I hung all of my little pumpkins. Then added these purple ball ornaments. I picked up these filler pumpkins from the at-home store and added a few of the orange ones to the bottom. So I kept this one pretty simple, and I absolutely love it. Love how it turned out. I think it looks so cute, and it's such a big piece, and it only cost a couple of dollars. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know which one was your favorite out of the two. So for this project, we're going to be using these cute little ghosts. I mixed brown paint with quite a bit of water because I wanted it to look like stain. Right now it kind of looks like chocolate milk, and I just painted all of the ghosts. And so now I'm just going to be using this mesh ribbon, and I'm cutting it into small squares. And then I'm just going to attach it to the back of the ghost with some orange tape. And now I'm just stringing the beads for my garland. I cut strips of this white mesh ribbon and also some white, orange, and black ribbon. And then I just attached it to my bead garland. And here's how it turned out. Super cute and super easy. Okay, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.